I'm Duncan Craig, barrister at St Philip's Chambers in Birmingham, and I'm at Hooters restaurant in Nottingham today. Long-standing client of mine. In fact, I've known Julian a very long time. Fantastic operator, brilliant boss. Absolute pleasure to have him as a client. And I'm here today to talk about designated premises supervisors, or DPSs, as they're commonly known. I'll probably get asked more questions about DPSs than any other subject in the course of my professional life. So what is a DPS? Well, they are the person who authorises the sale of alcohol when alcohol is authorised on a licence, and let's face it, nearly all licences are. And alcohol cannot lawfully be sold through that licence unless there is a DPS in place. DPS has to be a personal licence holder, so that's somebody who's done the requisite course and has sent an application in to the local authority along with their disclosure and borrowing certificate, and only a person who's a personal licence holder can be a DPS. DPS is supposed to have day-to-day control of the business, so effectively the manager of a licensed business. That doesn't mean they've got to be there all the time. I often get asked that question, is a DPS allowed to go on holiday? Of course they are. It would be absurd if they're not, but they are supposed to be the person who has oversight of that business day to day. The thing that a DPS should be aware of, firstly, is that they can be removed both by the licence holder and by the licensing authority if there's a review of the licence. But in addition to that, they are potentially criminally liable for any offences that are committed under that licence. It's not just the licence holder that can be prosecuted, the DPS can as well. And just a little heads up for licensed businesses as well, if your DPS isn't you and they happen to resign at short notice, you cannot sell alcohol through that licence until you find a replacement DPS, who obviously, as I've said, has to be a personal licence holder. Although if you put that application in, it does take effect immediately. So just please bear all those things in mind. It's a hugely important part of the licensing framework and the licensing process.